Posted by you/madcat_mk3. Armageddon Day. Story 1. Hello everyone, this is the first time I am writing something like this, and before now I had no idea there were so many cheating stories on the internet. Honestly, when we started researching the cheating spouses and what they do to explore our options, I discovered there was so much data online we could use. My friend and teammate showed us his posts after our Armageddon Day and told us about the massive support he received from internet strangers. He said it's a therapy unlike any other, and it helps focus your mind towards what we suffered, felt, and what you want in the future. He told us to write about our experiences and what we went through, and instead of creating multiple Reddit accounts, he shared his account with the rest of us so we can all write what we want to say. Me and my ex had no children by choice. So, I will write about the Armageddon Day, the way I confronted my ex-wife. My ex-wife cheated on me with 5 guys. Apparently, she had a thing for younger guys. My ex works as a nurse at a local hospital in our city. And she would find guys who were single. She would seduce them and feed them some crap and start her affairs with them, often at their homes, and would play the role of a single woman, maybe even a widow, whenever I was away at a deployment. So, my approach to confrontation was kind of different. I managed to track down her current affair partner. He is a 27-year-old college student, single, working as a HVAC tech, studying in a master's program. Apparently, he met my ex when he was doing maintenance at the hospital. My ex is 32. So, after confirming this guy as her current affair partner, I started doing research on him. He is a good guy, innocent, from a decent family, and was completely unaware that she was married. He thought he landed a decent girlfriend. I didn't want to destroy this guy's future because he didn't know. So, one day I decided to meet him. I approached him a few days before Armageddon Day. At first, he thought I was mistaken and confused. Then I showed him the pictures of my ex with me. The pure shock on his face told me everything I needed to know about this guy. He was appalled and angry and scared of me at the same time. I told him I wanted to find out if he knew about her and what kind of lies she told him directly from him. And I confronted him first, so I won't have to sue him. He then told me everything, about dates he took her on, gifts he bought for her, the whole story. He then told me he is done with her, and he won't ever see her again, and asked me what my plans were. So, I told him. So, after I returned home, I told my ex-wife that I will be leaving on a trip for 2 days with the guys, and as planned, the boy toy chatted her up acting like he doesn't know anything and asked her to spend the night at his place. He told her that he will come home at 9 p.m. And as predicted, my ex-wife immediately agreed to go to his place. That was sickening. So, for 2 days before Armageddon Day, me and Boytoy prepared an ambush, and we plastered the bedroom at his place with pictures of her affairs with him and her previous boy toys collected from her laptop and cell phones, as well as all the footage from the security system at my place. On Armageddon Day, I left home at about 8 a.m. and went straight to bank to transfer all the funds from my personal accounts to a new bank account I opened a week earlier because she knew about previous account details and moved 50% from all accounts we shared. Then went to Boytoy's place, hid my car, and waited at 8:30 p.m. After confirming that my ex has met up with the boy toy, I disconnected herself from my plan and called her parents, telling them everything and what is about to happen. They were sad, shocked, and angry at her. I also told them that at 9 sharp a friend of mine will arrive at their place with a box full of evidence. At 9:10 my ex-wife arrived with her boy toy, and as she entered his house, she tried making out with him, but he pushed her away. This confused her. He then dragged her in the bedroom and turned on the lights where I was sitting on the bed with bloodshot eyes. So, yeah, you can all imagine her expression as she had a breakdown. She looked at the pictures and texts plastered on the walls. I was just silent, and Boytoy began first and told her she is disgusting, and he is done with her and never wants to see her again. Then I walked up to her and handed her the divorce papers. And as predicted, she started her excuses, lying, gaslighting, and BSing. But I had a whole script of all that already written down. I took out the papers and started reading all the pre-prepared replies to everything. Seeing that she started screaming. When she started, I lowered my voice and told her to shut up. That silenced her quickly. I told her she is no longer welcome at my house and to go live with her parents. They live in the same city, so they are not very far. She said I can't just kick her out. I replied, if she tries to return to my home, all of this evidence is going to her hospital next, and her previous boy toys that are working there will also be screwed with her. She just started crying after that. Her current boy toy then said if I want, he is willing to testify against her in court. I thanked him. She knew she was screwed because not only was this an at-fault state, she also had to sign a prenup with a clause of adultery for peace of her mind, as she said. Well, since then she has tried all kinds of drama, but I have remained strictly no contact with her. All of her offers for marriage counseling and stuff have been ignored. And every friend she tried to rope in with her narrative has been informed of the truth with appropriate evidence. Her family almost disowned her because they are so disgusted by her actions and have literally crucified her. She still continues the drama and even tried to stalk me until my lawyer contacted her and told her if she doesn't stop, I will get a row against her. Well, that's my story. I know I will never trust her again, and as my buddy said, loyalty is the most important aspect of any relationship. Now on to some comments. Posted by temp_for_my_sanity. Dude, contact an attorney before you do too much. Judges don't like it when you are vengeful and probably will hold it against you. Here is my story. When I found out that my ex was cheating, I prepared to blow up her world. She started telling our friends that we were getting divorced because I cheated on her, was physically abusive and gave her STDs. Everything she said was a lie, and I had texts, emails, audio and video recordings of her cheating, threatening to make up more lies if I didn't agree to her spousal support demands. My attorney recommended against me responding to anything because it would probably go against me later. I hated the wait. Everyone believed what she said. Since I was not responding publicly, most of our friends turned their backs on me. At the hearing, she spouted her lies while we presented our evidence. The judge took the case under advisement. I didn't understand what that meant, and my attorney told me he had never heard of a judge not making an immediate ruling but was going to study everything presented and provide a written decision when he was ready. 2 weeks later, my attorney called me and told me to blow up her world. Everything, and I mean absolutely everything, went my way. I got the house, had to pay her 25% of the value of the house minus the amount we still owed. We had just refinanced and taken out $200,000 equity. I owed her $23,000. No alimony. She got the old car, half of our savings. I couldn't touch her retirement, 401k, and she couldn't touch mine. I had already removed half of what was in our joint checking and savings accounts, etc. Basically, I won on everything. I told everybody, even the paperboy. She had told everyone all her lies, and in one message she sent to me threatened to contact the police and tell them that I called her to my house, SA'd her multiple times, beat her, and wouldn't let her leave. I showed that along with all the other videos of her cheating, videos of her assaulting me, all the audio and video recordings, emails, texts, and her communications to her family, her friends, our friends, her work, because she told them I might try to kill her, so their security tackled me in a hallway because they thought I was a legitimate threat, and my work because of the problems she caused there. Our friends all dumped her, but I never associated with them again because they were never really my friends. By following her social media, I learned she lost her job, lost her friends, had been kicked out of her parents' house, her sisters wouldn't let her stay with them, and was living in her car. A few weeks after I blew up her world, I was at home, drinking beer, smoking my cigars and really enjoying life. I was thinking about tossing a steak on the barbecue for dinner when I heard a knock on the door. Her entire family, her mother, father and both sisters were at my door, wanting to speak to me. I was concerned because her father, who was constantly calling and threatening me, showed up at my work and was waiting for me in the parking lot. They all profusely apologized about what they had done and said because of her lies. Her father told me that when they learned how they had all been manipulated and lied to, he kicked her out of his home and basically disowned her. Her sisters, both married, told me they refused to let her stay at their house, even temporarily. I asked them if they wanted to stay for dinner as I had plenty of steaks, and they accepted. This was one of the best times I had ever had with her entire family. At some time, I checked my phone and found I missed a text from my ex. She was complaining about how I turned everyone against her, that she got fired, no one would help her, talk to her, and now I was stealing her family. I ruined her life, and she didn't know what to do. I went back into the backyard, gave both sisters another beer, sat with her dad and finished my cigar. My life had never been better. OP responded with, "The perfect way to control the narrative against narcissistic a-holes. Thanks for the insight, I have read your story once before." Posted by Scary Inspector 8315. She is a predator, please absolutely and immediately inform the hospital and authorities, man. And how ironic and hilarious about that prenup. Blessed be prenups. And hugs to you as well, you are indeed one hell of a survivor and warrior. Thank you for your services, and please don't let this take you down as a good man. OP responded with, "As our lawyer suggested not to expose her unnecessary because that will give away our leverage on them, we have only exposed her to mutual friends who she tried to rope into this, so she knows we are the ones controlling the narrative, so she should just shut up and quit her drama. So these days she is just quiet." Posted by Interesting Maximum 59. Hey, It's baffling to me that your ex has some sort of belief that her infidelity could be forgiven. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Couldn't have been easy. Just find a way to continue healing with your brothers. I'm curious about the script you guys created as well as her subsequent drama. How was she crucified? Anyways, thanks for sharing your story and for your service. All the best. OP responded with, the script we prepared is a book of about 100 pages, with index and chapters for all the possible bullshit we could think of. There is a chapter for blame shifting, lying, gaslighting, bargaining, blame spreading, calming loneliness, offering open relationships, and all possible BS. We'll probably share it after our divorce is finalized. Posted by No Improvement 7531. It seems that prenup backfired. It's funny how most of cheating spouses say the same BS, it's not what it seems, I only love you, we can fix it. I read a post in where the husband discovered not only one of his kids wasn't his wife cheated on him with 47 guys, and that were only the ones he could trace, but still you're the man of my heart. If you love someone you don't hurt him/her in that kind of way.